What did you make of the Bryce Harper situation with the Giants and Hunter Strickland from a pitcher's perspective?
From a pitcher's perspective, it sure looked like he was holding on to a grudge from a few years back, and I mean that was definitely on purpose, and I can definitely understand why Bryce was a little upset.
Okay, have you held a grudge? Do you hold a grudge with anybody right now that I should know about?
I mean, there's some hitters that I don't like, obviously. But
what did they do?
Like,
what did they do to make you be mad at them?
Well, for me, it's more about, just on-field antics more than if you get hits off me or not. Guys that get hits off me and go about it the right way, and, if they hit homers, they don't just stand there and stare at it for a really, really long time. I'm okay with that. But, the antics are probably what gets me to have some grudges.
What happens? What's that moment like when somebody leaves the batter's box going to the mound? Have you had that feeling recently?
I don't know if I'm allowed to admit that I've hit a few guys on purpose in my day, but
I think you just did.
Yeah. So, I haven't had anybody, start that walk out. So I don't know yet, to be honest.
Do you drop? Are you ready for? Do you have a game plan here? Have you discussed this with teammates, your wife? If this happens, this is what I do.
My wife would be so mad if anything happened. She would not appreciate that at all. She doesn't like it when I chirp at umpires or if I get in any type of tiff on the field. But she also knows it's part of it. But yeah, I mean, I have a game plan. I mean, in my head, I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's going to be like a Kyle Farnsworth situation. Just go up there and form tackle the guy. But I'm also not as big and strong as Kyle Farnsworth, so I don't know exactly how it's going to work out. Just have to pick the right hitter, I guess.
You know you're going to hit somebody on purpose. Does the catcher need to know or anybody else need to know you're going to hit somebody on purpose? Hypothetically here, Clayton.
Yeah, I mean, the catcher can kind of get in the way if you want him to. I think that's probably important. I think that's, usually most of the time it's so premeditated that everybody kind of knows what's going on,
Well, yeah, it's a tricky thing because I'm trying to understand when somebody needs to be hit. And at least in the National League, you're going to the plate. Whereas these guys in the American League, when you're not going to the plate, I have a big problem with that.
You do?
Yes. If you're throwing a baseball at somebody, they can't throw their bat at you. So all they can do is go to the mound. They go to the mound. Bryce Harper gets 3 games, and Hunter Strickland gets 6. To me, I would have sat down Strickland for 15 games. He did
games?
He did it on purpose. He's a reliever, Clayton.
Yeah. So I in that situation I don't know the backstory, but it doesn't look like, other than the homers that Bryce did, it doesn't look like there's a reason for him to hit it. But in certain situations, you have to protect your teammates, and so I feel like, and in the American League, yes, the pitcher's not hitting, but you have to know that if you hit somebody without premeditation or anything like that, then your best hitter more than likely is going to get hit. So you're going to have to answer to that. And so I feel like that's almost worse than getting hit yourself, is to put your best hitter, on the line like that.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.